Waiting for other players. Alright, welcome to the first match between YerAnd and Pollina in the proper half of the tournament of the knockout part. We have currently New Vladivostok, the electronics colony, and we have a decent scavenger spot here. Some iron down here, some silicon laying around, some nice silicon there. There's some iron, a bit of water, there's just a little bit on all the maps, but the prices are really low apart from glass, which is really high. So you might see your robotic or a scavenger out with this. I don't expect to see an expansive with the prices this low at the start, because wow, these are some really low and poor prices. The black market is private claim and holograms. They're always fun, with Power Surge being the only... Power Surge and Mutinies being the knockouts. Well, there's actually Dynamite as well. This isn't going to be the best possible thing for a awful market, but we see that was a very late found. Pollina just barely gets there at the start. She starts with an extra 1,000 on top of that. It looks like she found for 1,000. Oh, we do have an expansive after all on the lesser iron. Yeah, definitely the lesser iron, but the bit slightly closer to the water, but up in that corner, slightly closer to the carbon, I guess. But this, Pollina has access to the silicon here, which will allow Pollina to get the glass that they need at the start, with the price of glass being so high. Interestingly enough, neither side has bothered to get aluminium at the start. YerAnd will be able to get it at HQ2 though, I guess. What we have here is a simple split from Pollina, going for the silicon at the start. Silicon has dropped to 30 already because of the starting silicon that people use at the start. YerAnd has now got his aluminium up, but Pollina doesn't have her aluminium up just yet. Pollina is buying into aluminium. The price of power is still pretty low right now, with Vladivostok not doing much. She's already got her 20 electronics in here, whereas YerAnd currently is struggling a bit for money, but this is what's going to happen for expansive. Wants to just try and remain as equal as possible, and then they will win in the late game. YerAnd going into that water for the electrolysis reactors, at least. A nice freeze down onto Pollina's stuff. That's why Pollina did split. You got to expect this sort of thing to happen, especially with YerAnd founding second. So YerAnd had access to the black market before Pollina did. The elemental quarry is currently completely tanked prices. Frozen out of the aluminium mines, an interesting tragedy, and it's pretty good actually, because YerAnd didn't quite get to 160 that he needed, but it was close. Steel is already completely unprofitable because both sides were selling that down as much as possible to get the money they needed. However, Pollina just needs her steel, and then she's fine, but currently frozen out of the metal mines, and these are auto-offed, unfortunately. So Pollina's kind of running on no claims, apart from this silicon quarry. However, YerAnd, he's slowly getting there. His metal mines was frozen out. His glass he's not looking so hot with the glass. The glass started really expensive. Pollina hasn't been building any yet, and he's going to have a lot of trouble making money at this point. He needed the aluminium to make more money. He's currently just sold down more iron, so now Pollina can actually start using the steel mills, because sold down the iron specifically because Pollina was getting iron back up online on the market right now, and the power situation is growing slightly out of hand for the YerAnd over here. Water, not the profitable that it once was. Both players here are kind of just stagnating, but Pollina is going to be able to unstagnate first. And then Pollina can move into that glass. Now, on the one hand, glass does allow YerAnd to upgrade, so maybe Pollina goes into a hard power play at HQ3. Pollina has got the silicon for that, and I would like to see that. However, once YerAnd can get to level 3, bets are a bit more off. YerAnd has finally got the glass he needs, but there's a shortage. That's interesting. Wow, they got to level 3 at the same time. I did not expect that. That's a very close upgrade. YerAnd going straight into the glass kilns, has not bought up any silicon, instead choosing to take a high silicon really far away, so fuel will actually become profitable at some point. Whereas Pollina is fixing her territory, putting her steel mills next to her iron mines now, getting that low aluminium, which is all that the robotic will need, and I'm looking to see some solar panels here. However, at the same time though, glass is incredibly profitable at this point, but she's gone for the solar panels. Alright, glass is so profitable at this point, you might want to just go into glass just to compete the market, but I do think the power play is the better one. However, the dust storm is coming in. These solar panels went up after the dust storm warning. I can't help but think Pollina might not have noticed that this is a dust storm on the way. You could definitely have gone for the triple wind turbine over here instead. It would have been a lot more expensive, but you could have done it. YerAnd currently really running through the silicon for Pollina here, but 109. These glass kilns are very profitable right now. Pollina finally realizing, buying into the silicon right here. Surplus on fuel, that is not what Pollina wanted to see right here. But at the same time, the greenhouse farms aren't making a ridiculous amount because of the dust storm, but this is really hurting Pollina here. Pollina has a glass kiln online. Okay, so Pollina has one thing online right now, which will at least hurt the profits slightly, but not enough. YerAnd already a HQ4 to Pollina's HQ3. There needs to be some black market going on here. YerAnd was, there we go, now we see it, but YerAnd was very, very easy to attack there because YerAnd did not have the goon squad. But Pollina was not able to just scrounge the money for it right now. Pollina is trying desperately to get to the upgrade to keep in line, but just having so much trouble because they've gone into power and the power is not going to work out yet. And no goon squad on this power either. High aluminium goes up on the auction. No one wants that. That's so far away. Okay, no, Pollina will take it. Put a solar panel on it. Why not? Something to spend your silicon on. Oh, I like this from YerAnd. YerAnd immediately buys into the silicon so that Pollina is going to have to spend more to place a tile. The solar panel on there. Good play from the YerAnd there. YerAnd is running a huge deficit on power right now, but the geothermal plants and the solar panels will be coming online very soon. Okay, YerAnd did not buy up the silicon, they just used the silicon to make the solar panels. Alright, that still works. Shortage on power, shortage on power. Okay, who's gonna be able to make the best use of this? Pollina has a lot less debt, but no defense on these solar panels, whereas YerAnd has defense on the geothermal at least. If YerAnd attacks the solar panels, YerAnd will be fine, and YerAnd knows there's no Goon Squad purchase. Goon Squad is only 4.5k right now. YerAnd is going for the second geothermal. YerAnd is going to try and just power through this one night, just get as much possible down through this one night. Alright, let's see if YerAnd can do that. 68 to 20k. Whoever gets this power money is basically going to win at this point, considering that Pollina is far behind enough that if Pollina doesn't get the power money, I should say Pollina loses. But the geothermal plants are destroyed. The geothermal plant's going back up. Pollina now knows the geothermal plant is undefended, can go for the mutiny next time perhaps. YerAnd needs to spend his power surge on the solar panels, so when YerAnd does, Pollina can can steal the geothermal with the mutiny. Unfortunately, that's two more solar panels as well that YerAnd has. YerAnd is not losing much money to the power right now. The debt is now halved. We're going to start seeing this power go insane, and Pollina has way too much iron at this point. Just saying, maybe we might want to put that into another solar panel. Put in all of your expense. I think she bought. Oh, she upgraded. Okay, Pollina upgraded here. She spending her claims to put next to her incredibly expensive and profitable buildings. YerAnd could really abuse this right now. YerAnd's got no money for the glass kilns right now. You gotta sell a bit out here, YerAnd. Gotta sell a bit. There we go. Okay, power is being killed. Power is being killed. Is it in time for Pollina to make money off of this? I don't think it will be. Power is going too fast. Look at this power. And YerAnd can get to HQ5. YerAnd could potentially start thinking about... Well, no, she can't go for a buy just yet. But YerAnd does have a lot of money at this point. Food is becoming profitable on the off-world. The off-worlds are a bit expensive because of electronics. I would like to see a carbon here at this point. Oxygen! Oxygen is becoming very profitable because of all those glass kilns. Surplus on food. You do not want to see that, YerAnd. You do not want to see that. Got to get some hacker arrays up in there. Electronics factories to YerAnd. Pollina has now making power money. How much power money? Not much power money. It's all going down. You're getting maybe a little bit. If this is not enough to get your upgrade though, and that is what you need. 103 on the aluminium right now because YerAnd has stopped making aluminium in favor of the solar panels. YerAnd can just transition and make all of that money. YerAnd will be fine. Both of them now completely out of debt, but YerAnd has managed to stop Pollina making the power money. YerAnd is 5 to Pollina's 4. Pollina is going to have to make quite the comeback at this point. YerAnd is going to triple water at this point. That implies to me that YerAnd is wanting to go into off-worlds later on. Also got that carbon mine going, which is nice with the electronics factories, but Pollina, well, I was going to say but Pollina is still not taking that HQ upgrade to HQ5. Come on, Pollina, you're going to have to do something with this. You are currently seriously considering your life right now. You can at least start auto-selling the metal mine. You're stealing the metal from YerAnd. That was nice. Unfortunately, YerAnd just took it back. YerAnd is going to be making so much money off of this. What is YerAnd hacking? YerAnd is hacking the food. Doesn't even need to buy into it because food has so much of it. They have so much food right now that you don't even need to buy into the food to make this very profitable. Meanwhile, the electronics factories are being sold down. YerAnd has 85k. YerAnd is going to need about 120 to clear it out, whereas Pollina is going to need about 60 to get it in. YerAnd, through one hack, might be able to just make enough money to go on Pollina right now. But if he can't, he's always got that offer to fall back on. Whereas Pollina's struggling still. Pollina has water at least. Finally got that solar panel up there, but it's not great. No debt at least, but ooh, this isn't looking too good right now. This isn't looking too good. They're all both level 5 right now, but YerAnd has more claims. YerAnd also bought a new claim, whereas Pollina didn't. Pollina's claim is still at 3.5. The steel mill claim, not steel mill, the hologrammed hacker array. There, that's a really hard thing. The hologrammed hacker array is about to go for the food. He has bought into the food. He is going to make so much money on this, and there's nothing Pollina can do about it. Pollina has to somehow scrounge together 30k in order to defend themselves before this goes through, and they are not going to be able to in time. Their buildings are not making enough profit at all. This food shortage. YerAnd, 170k, 176, 180, 183. So much. Start the buy. Kill the Pollina. Win game round 1. Win game number 1. That is the round of the first game for the first round of the off-world tournament, because I don't believe anyone else has played yet. Go for it. 2 more left. You absolutely have the money. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gone. Game number 1 to YerAnd. Good game, shouts Pollina. Yep. That was a close game at the start, because neither side was making money, but power, despite starting low, was going to be the deciding factor when both sides were making steel and auto-selling it. Neither side was going to make money out of that at the start. Neither side went into anything other than the steel mills, which is perfectly a valid strategy and perfectly fine, and then it was going to be the power. Fortunately for YerAnd, he had 2 geothermal plants, so that he could keep making money during the night, and Pollina just couldn't commit enough tiles to those solar panels. Could not commit in time. Unfortunate for Pollina. On to game number 2.